They couldn't think of anything better than that? Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 stupidest ways TV shows killed off characters.
Think you know Game of Thrones? Click below to sign in with your Google or Facebook account and take the new trivia quiz on WatchMojo.com. It's pretty hard, but get it right and you could win a collectible box from Culturefly, loaded with exclusive Game of Thrones toys, accessories, and apparel. Follow the link in the description.
For this list, we're looking at the most frustrating, cheap, or downright dumb ways that shows decided to get rid of their characters.
Fire! Ooh, a bobby pin! Oh! Maud?
Oh my lord, she's dead!
Number 10. Andrea Harrison, The Walking Dead. When you're trying to survive in the apocalypse, you have to constantly be aware of how you're spending your time.
I'm gonna get us both out of here, and you're gonna be okay.
When you get free, you are going to find something very sharp, and you are going to stab me in the head.
Case in point, Andrea from The Walking Dead. Instead of spending her valuable time trying to use her pliers to escape, she decides to have a leisurely conversation with the dying man across from her, Milton. Andrea continues taking her sweet time until it's too late. Milton dies and soon reanimates, and she now has no time to escape, causing her to get bit on the throat, left to die until Rick and the gang find her and, well, yeah.
I can do it myself.
No.
Oh, I have to. Well, I still can.
Number 9. Stannis Baratheon, Game of Thrones. Stannis made it clear that the only two things he cared about were the Iron Throne and his daughter. Eventually, he was forced to choose between the two.
You will receive what is yours by right.
He chose wrong and paid for it, though not in a way most viewers found satisfying. Stannis was beheaded off-screen by Brienne of Tarth for his role in the murder of his brother, Renly.
You murdered him? With blood magic?
I did.
In a show that had never shied away from showing violence when necessary, it made no sense for them to kill this major character off-screen after finding out his entire plotline would be largely inconsequential. This was a rare but giant misstep. Number 8. Tara Thornton, True Blood. True Blood was never famous for satisfying plot hooks or character development, but when Tara Thornton was killed off screen in the opening moments of season 7, it gave reason to reevaluate the show as a whole.
Come on, Mom, we have to go. We have to get out of here. They're gonna kill us.
This entirely frustrating development was taken in stride by the show's characters. To the confusion of most of the audience, True Blood found itself limping to the finish line in its final seasons, and Tara's death was a sign of the end. Tara continued to appear in visions throughout the rest of the season, leaving viewers to wonder why they killed her off in the first place.
They killed my Tara. They killed my baby girl.
Number 7. Charlie Harper, 2.5 Men. Though there was reasoning behind writing off the then erratic Charlie Sheen, the execution was definitely not excusable.
But I forgave him because I loved him unconditionally. So you can imagine my horror when the very next day he slipped on the metro platform and fell in front of an oncoming train.
Never cross a crazy woman.
When Sheen left the show in the lead up to season 9, Charlie Harper was supposedly killed on his honeymoon with his new wife Rose, but it would later be revealed she only kidnapped him. In the series finale, Charlie escapes and comes after the rest of the characters of the show, before his own piano is dropped on his head. The cameo was shown only from behind and not played by Charlie Sheen, begging the question, why resurrect him in the first place? Number 6. Cordelia Chase, Angel.
Cordelia. Please hold on.
Joss Whedon has a habit of employing controversial character deaths throughout his TV history. One of his characters who was really put through the ringer was Cordelia Chase, who debuted and died on Buffy, only to be resurrected as a love interest on Angel, only to fall into a coma on that show.
Cordelia?
Yep, that chick's in rough shape. You'd think they'd give Miss One Foot in the Grave a private room.
If that wasn't bad enough, Cordelia seemed to wake up and fight alongside Angel for a short time before it was revealed that she had in fact died once again, and this had been a final farewell, because somehow that makes sense?
Don't make this hard, Angel. I'm just on a different road. And this is my off-ramp.
Number 5. Matthew Crawley, Downton Abbey. When it became clear that actor Dan Stevens was ready to move on to larger roles, it was inevitable that Downton Abbey would be forced to write off Matthew Crawley from the series.
It's just what I was afraid of.
Calm down. Everything's fine.
It's just a shame that the way they did it was so disappointing. Just after the healthy birth of his son, Captain Crawley drives towards the Abbey to share the good news. Due to a random accident with no real inciting incident, Matthew's car is flipped and he's killed in the crash. And that was that. Crawley's death felt cheap, out of nowhere, and with no narrative point.
But then we don't always get our just desserts.
Number 4. Derek Shepherd, also known as Dr. McDreamy, Grey's Anatomy. Shonda Rhimes is known for melodramatic plot developments, and nowhere is that on display more than Grey's Anatomy.
His pressure's holding. Maybe we should get this scanned.
Yes, listen to her.
Too risky. He could bottom out in the scanner. We need to open him up, find the source of the bleeding.
No, you don't. You have the time.
When Patrick Dempsey's Dr. McDreamy gets into a serious car accident, he's brought to a hospital that's not his own. And at first, it seems like he's going to make it out okay.
He's a surgeon and he just saved everyone from the car accident that just came through.
Without you hear the season.
Doctor, we're gonna sedate you now so we can secure your airway. You're gonna be fine.
Until a faceless doctor at his other hospital orders the wrong treatment, and it quickly becomes clear Shepherd is not long for this world. His death felt out of thin air, and the fact that it could have been preventable felt like a slap to the face to a lot of fans. Number 3. Tara Maclay, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Clothes. Better not get used to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Another character Joss Whedon clumsily ripped from existence, Tara Maclay was the love interest for fan favorite Willow. The two developed a close relationship over time, but it was quickly ended when Tara's death was used as a plot point to push Willow into an edgier role as a villain.
You think I'd let you get away with that? Think again.
Your shirt. Tara?
Fans had become enamored with the relationship between the two, partially because it was one of the first major lesbian relationships on TV, only for the show to reveal that it was all an attempt to get Willow over as a convincing enemy to the Scooby Gang.
Oh God! Oh no! Please! Please, come on! Come on, Tara!
Number 2. Robert Romano, ER. This death in the latter half of ER's long run of dominance served as one of the major signs that the show was losing its touch.
Right. No, I'm serious, Brent. You just pissed me off for the last time.
A freak accident involving a helicopter causes Dr. Robert Romano to be crushed, but the scene itself is comically terrible. Not only is Romano crushed, but a nurse is hit with a large piece of shrapnel, and an entire floor of the hospital explodes, all rendered with gloriously lackluster CGI. The moment is so absolutely over the top that it's impossible to take seriously. Last time we checked, we weren't supposed to be laughing when a character dies in ER.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions.
We're staying with a man who doesn't love you.
I really don't want to talk about it.
Yes, Trevor!
Will you marry me?
Enough. We have people who need attention. We won't hurt you, but we must help them.
Number 1. Jack Pearson, This Is Us.
You're in front of the TV.
Since nearly the beginning of This Is Us, the show's big mystery was how Jack passed away. By the beginning of season 2, it's revealed that Jack died in a house fire.
There is a house built out of stone, wooden floors, walls, and window cells.
But only later that season was it finally revealed that Jack died in a fire caused by an old slow cooker. Sure, it might be plausible, but this is a TV show, and killing off one of the main characters due to a broken crock pot feels a little bit absurd. Ever since this was revealed, it's been a little harder to take the drama of This Is Us as seriously. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.